Claire had a suggestion for a topic, rolling into whether or not they're doing a great job, and that is Joe Biden has brought up the fact that he wants to do door-to-door vaccines. He wants to send people door-to-door to give you a shot. What I find hilarious about the vaccine thing is all of the memes on like TikTok and shit where they're like the gym guys or whatever. They're like, man, I've been getting weekly vaccines in the parking lot. I'm lifting 50 more pounds. My bench went up. I'm going to keep going, you know?
I mean,
all the people getting vaccinated under the bridges in LA.
I don't know, man. I will say this for myself. I ain't fucking getting it. I'm not getting vaccinated. I watch every day. I watch every day on television 50 different commercials about drugs that are supposed to somehow make your life better. 50. They have them so specific to symptoms that you could possibly be experiencing. I mean, the most minor discomfort that you could possibly have in your life. There is something that you can inject, that you can attach to your body. It's not even just injections anymore. They'll embed it into your skin. There's all kinds of shit that they're now trying to convince people to fucking do. For any minor discomfort, for the slightest, are you experiencing when you're sometimes in your bath? Are you not? Is there a muscle that twitches in your ankle? If that happens, we have to. And I'm just like, brother, what the fuck?
Know what it is?
I'm not like putting that shit in my body, man.
It's like Miss Cleo. It's like a clairvoyant who guesses at something so vague and then just builds on it. They're like, do you have muscle aches? Back pain,
right.
Toe pain.
Yes.
You have diarrhea
every
Do
day.
you breathe oxygen?
I fight. Right.
Are you tired of breathing oxygen?
Right. Exactly, man, dude.
It's
look,
crazy.
so many fucking different things that you can get, and my whole philosophy is, fucking be healthy in your own way, and I don't even mean be healthy like you have to follow a certain diet. I sure as fuck don't. I eat fast food. I drink tequila all the time. I do all kinds of things that are not necessarily healthy, but they're fine for me. They make me feel the way I want to feel, and I'm not putting any more garbage. I don't trust it. I don't believe them. Even in the commercials where they're advertising for the products, the things that the product is going to do to you are usually, I'm listening, I'm like, that is 1,000 times fucking worse than what the person is experiencing. You have a little rash on your elbow, you might want to fucking take this pill. It may make you want to kill yourself. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Why would I take a pill that makes me want to die? That's one of the most serious side effects that I hear of almost everything out there. May lead to thoughts of suicide. I hear it all the time for probably half the things I give you. Why would anybody? Look, there are people out there right now fighting not to kill themselves right this second. There are people out there in the world right now, they're thinking to themselves, can I come up with one reason not to fucking kill myself? And for some reason, we have a medical community that is out there advertising solutions to health problems where one of the side effects is this may make you want to kill yourself. Well, how could that possibly be better than what you're currently experiencing? There's no way.
There's no way.
There's no way. So I'm just saying, I'm not putting any more shit in my body. I'm not putting the vaccine.
That has been.
And what is the combination of all this shit going to do once it gets inside of you?
Yeah, who knows? That has been something that is hardly. The only people I hear talking about it is maybe some YouTubers, some podcasts. I know Rogan was huge the whole pandemic. Like, look, why don't you, instead of just locking yourself in your basement, why don't you go outside and get some vitamin D? Like 89% of people are vitamin D deficient. What's one thing that helps fight this disease? I don't know, vitamin D. Oh, wow, that's crazy. But you want us to stay inside. And but America doesn't promote healthy lifestyles like they do medicine. Healthy lifestyles does not make people rich.
Because our medical treatment is all based on profit. And that's the one element to me of our society that absolutely should not be based on capitalism. It should be based on providing a healthy life for people. And it's not. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Those doctors do not want to cure you. People have said to me, why don't we think of all the billions of dollars that have been invested in curing cancer.
Oh man,
Billions.
More
They
than
do so many cancer raising. They've been raising my whole existence, my entire life. I have watched
Round it up.
one event after another where they're trying to raise money for cancer research. We've been to the fucking moon. We can fucking we have computers. We're walking around with computers in our fucking hand. The technology, and still there's not a cure for cancer. Bull fucking shit. I guarantee you there is already a cure for cancer.
Cure for cancer is being healthy.
And the reason that they don't want to fucking let it out is because the money is in treating cancer. The money is in letting somebody get cancer, making sure that as many people as possible get cancer, and then treating it.
Right.
And they have got entire industries that are devoted to treating it. They've got radiation therapists, they've got dosimetrists, they've got physicists. You go to a cancer treatment facility, it's going to cost a couple $100,000 with no guaranteed outcome. When I know for sure they could stop us from getting in the first place.
So my dad had prostate cancer maybe 10 years ago. I'm gonna say it's probably about 10 years ago. So he got high PSA count, whatever, and he opted to go. He went to California for treatment, and they did this thing where they I don't know, I couldn't explain it, but he did this non-invasive treatment, and he was there for 6 months, right? And then he left,
right?
And his PSA count's normal, and the prostate cancer's gone,
Nice,
non-existent. So he really he didn't take chemo and didn't have all those things. They had some other thing they did for it. Now, on the flip side, my buddy that lives here now had a prostate cancer issue recently. This is within the last 6 months. And he finds out that he's got a high level, whatever. They're going to go in there and they're going to do something to, it wasn't like a radio, it was a surgery to remove whatever it was that was not good in his body. Surgery goes well, he comes out, and now he has, he had a complication. It was they don't know if it was directly related to the surgery or whatever, but his lower back, his discs, basically, he was in excruciating pain, just laying around. And now he's active. He's 50. I want to say he's 54-ish, early 50s, very active, hikes, does mountain biking, wakeboards. I mean, he's an active guy.
Wow.
Right? He was just at the Grand Canyon, hiking that and all this backpacking.
I would like to live his life.
So he was very active. And this put
life.
him down, down.
Sure.
Couldn't get out of bed, bedridden for weeks, catheter, bat. And I just saw him yesterday, and I was like, how you doing? He's like, I'm not doing good. He's like, honestly, they don't know what's wrong with me. He's on 24 doses a day of medication. He's like 24 doses of various medications. And he's like, I don't know. I didn't take a little bit for one day, and I felt like shit, and I feel like I'm going to be addicted to this stuff because I have to take it, and I have to wean off of it. Well, he's really thoroughly concerned. I'm concerned for him.
We don't make any effort at all, zero effort to prevent people from getting cancer. People can lead a much healthier lifestyle. I know I can only speak most directly about my mother's experience. My mother was having some intestinal problems. She was like, I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to get diagnosed. They're going to find out what the problem is. She went to the doctor and she called me the next day and she's like, there's cancer all over my body, from my abdomen all the way up to my chest. So I went to visit her literally the next day, and she went from being perfectly healthy to, once she got this diagnosis, she was bedridden almost immediately, which didn't make sense to me, but somehow that was the sequence.
If she never went to the doctor, would she have been bedridden?
I don't know. She wasn't bedridden. She was experiencing some discomfort.
Right.
She went to the doctor. They were like, you got cancer from your abdomen all the way up to your chest. And I will say that when I went to visit her the next day, while I was sitting there, they had what appeared to be a salesman come into the room and try to sell both me and my mother now she was consumed with cancer.
Right.
It was everywhere. There was almost zero possibility she was going to be able to overcome it. And they had like a salesman come in and try to pitch her and me on this treatment program that they could try. And I'm asking them, what are the chances of survival if she goes through this? Because what it sounded like was extremely painful, extremely difficult. It wasn't going to be something pleasant. She was going to lose all of her hair, all of her senses. She was going to be basically a vegetable until potentially she died. And they were like, well, but this is, and I'm like, man, my mom looked at him and she's like, never mind. I'm good. I'm just going to ride this out, whatever long it is. 3 weeks later, she was gone. And I'll just say, it seemed like they seemed almost giddy to bring that person in the room and try to pitch her on this treatment program that was going to cost, who knows, $1 million between when she got it and when she died versus her just sitting in a bed and not getting any treatment. Yeah. They seemed like, the guy seemed like he's trying to sell me a new car.
You're trying to sell him a new car.
And I'm like, dude, man, my mother's sitting here in the final stages of her life. She's going to be gone. I want her to live with some dignity. Is this dignity? Are you in here trying to sell her dignity? Because you know it, and I know with her condition, she's not going to live. What's the best? I looked at him, I was like, what would you tell your own mother? He didn't even say anything. He didn't even respond. I felt like he was not prepared for that. He thought we were just going to lap up what he was selling and be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. My mom was just like, no, I'm good. I've had a good life. I don't want to live my last few days with, I asked her, I was like, do you want to do this? And she was like, no, I don't. I'll just lay in this bed. I'll say goodbye to the people that I know. I'll have them come by. And I want them to see me with my hair. I want them to see me sitting up and talking, and they can give me pain medication and I'll take it, and then I'll just be gone. And she was gone in 3 weeks. And I just feel like it just made me so angry because I was like, to them, it was just about money. There was no concern. And I don't believe that we get the best doctors under the system that we currently have. People that become doctors, people that go into the medical profession, a lot of times they're going into that. They're making the sacrifices that they do because somehow they believe they're going to become rich if they become a doctor. And I feel like we would do so much better if we had a medical system that was set up where people we give you whatever you want, but we want people that want to take care of people. We want people that want to make people healthy. And we don't do that at all. We want to treat people with a problem. We give them a drug that is not only not really going to cure what's wrong with them, but is probably going to create another problem for them that we're going to treat with something else. And it makes people addicted to opioids. It's a perfect example.
That is a good example. Look, Clara here says she has one medication. If she didn't have insurance, it'd be over $20,000 a shot. That's insane.
What the fuck?
Now think about this.
What the fuck? How does that even fucking make any sense?
I don't know. I think about, we go back to like 2008 to, the Obama presidency. When they came out and said, we want to have, everyone must have health insurance. I was like, I don't need health insurance. No way you need to have it. But I haven't been to a doctor in 25 years. I don't get sick. If I do need, if I had strep throat, I'll go to urgent care and it's like $130. But you want me to pay $200 a month or more for insurance at the age I was, and I'd never need it for anything. But now I have that, or I get fined. Well, who's making out on that deal?
Well, think about this. Here's what I can tell you. The insurance companies, who are the barrier between human beings and medical care in our country, make billions of dollars. We spend billions of dollars that they make in profits that could go to medical treatment.
Right.
But doesn't go to medical treatment. Yeah. It goes into the pocket of the executives of these companies, and they do everything they can to perpetuate their system. I'll never forget. I don't remember which candidate it was running, but I remember that his big thing was, they want to take away your health plan. and you're happy with your health plan. I'm thinking to myself, I don't even fucking know anyone who has a health plan. I don't know one fucking person that has a health plan, much less is happy with their health plan. Here's what I do know about the handful of people that I've ever met in my life with a health plan. Anytime they've had a serious fucking problem, their health plan didn't fucking cover it.
I can tell you this. Robbie had my buddy, he has health insurance, and to get the procedure that he needed done for his cancer out of pocket, $30,000 up front before he could even go in. He has health insurance.
Right.
But 30 grand just to go in the door. And if you didn't pay it, guess what? No treatment.
Absolutely. And by the way, just in case anyone is fucking curious, the people who make these laws, the people who are in charge of this country, they all have a fully paid for health plan paid for by us. The people who stand every day and prevent every single one of us from having a health care coverage plan that most civilized countries in the world have for all their citizens. The people that are in charge of this country all have a taxpayer-funded healthcare insurance plan that pays for everything. They don't have one single out-of-pocket expense. I don't give a shit if they have a sniffle or if they have the worst brain tumor you could possibly come up with.
True.
They're getting 100. You saw what happened to the fucking president.
Oh, yeah. No,
he got COVID. He got COVID. They helicoptered his ass to the fucking hospital, and he was receiving almost illegal experimental treatments blasted into his body. They blasted him with like 5 of the most intense fucking steroids and drugs you could possibly do. And in like 10 minutes, he was like, I'm fine. I'm completely fucking fine. I'm good.
Like, get me
I
in the
got
car.
COVID. Other people are are gasping for fucking air.
Yeah, think about
The
that.
average person, there were people that died in line to get tested for COVID.
Yeah.
Regular
and let's be completely honest. He is a high-risk individual.
By every
measure
measure.
of Dr. Fauci's statements. That dude should have died immediately. You know. But no, he was fine. He did a parade.
So
he was great.
by the way, what that means is anybody that got it could have been saved.
I would say
if they had
most people
could have been saved if they had received the same level of urgent care that we gave to our president. Maybe not the 90. I don't know what the stats are on who actually died from it. We know 600,000 people. Who the fuck knows if that's true? Who the fuck knows who those people are? But I can tell you this: if Trump was able to overcome it in 10 minutes, then anybody else out there that got it, if they had received the same level of urgency, in other words, oh, I got a sniffle, I might have COVID, oh, boom, we're going to put a squad of the 30 best doctors in the world on this for you, they could have been saved. And I'm saying that's what we are all entitled to. That's what we should all be getting. Nobody should be fucking dying of a curable disease in America.
Yeah,
that's the part that pisses me off.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, we have we almost have too many protections for you to get the treatment that you need. Like, all right, we have a drug. Will it work? Yeah, like 99% it's probably going to work. They're like, well, what's the 1%? We can't risk 1%. We need 100%. Well, 99%. They're like, and then meanwhile, they're giving you something over the counter that's going to give you crazy side effects.
Yeah,
you know,
you always
like, oh, we can't risk it. Like, well, what's going to happen if we don't?
Me, honestly, and I know people are going to hate it when I say this. I know people don't like it when I say this, but to me, that is the problem with capitalism: is that we turn everything into how do we make the most money instead of how do we solve the most problems. And I'll look at the 3 biggest problems that we have in America that drive me insane and should not exist. We have homeless people, we have hungry people, and we have people that can't get medical care. And to me, it makes no sense that in this day and age, 2021, in this country, with all the wealth that we have, all the technology that we have, all of the access that we have to information, that there's any reason for us to have homeless, hungry, or unhealth care taking care of people in this country. It makes no sense. And the only thing that is preventing that from happening is greed. The only thing that stands in the way of those problems being solved is greed. And that, to me, is what drives me to try to make change. Look, I love America, but I don't love capitalism. I don't. Any system that allows people to be homeless, hungry, or die from a solvable healthcare problem, to me, is not the best system. But they try to tie capitalism into patriotism, and those two things have nothing to do with each other.
Those are two very different things, for sure. For sure. That's a good topic. It's a good.
I liked it.
That's a good one.
I don't even know where it came from.
It came right off of our chat here.
Oh, man.
I hope you were down here. It says that our kids make too much money when they were talking about Obamacare, and so they just paid the fine. Yeah, man. Look, it's a crazy place, man.
And by the way, and just so that anybody, Obamacare didn't solve shit.
No, it didn't solve anything.
It didn't solve shit. It was one of the lamest steps of providing people with health care you could ever imagine. If you didn't get the coverage, you paid a fine. If you did get the coverage, it didn't cover shit.
Right.
I knew people who had it. It was worthless. Completely worthless.
Yeah. No, it's pretty crazy.